So the point of these tariffs is so that things can be made in America again, and so we don't have to rely on the rest of the world for product.
Which country has a tariff regime like this that you're jealous of? Like, what country around the world are you like?
What do you mean? I don't think that matters.
Because the United States is like, I don't know if there are any Europeans here, but we're like kicking everybody's ass for decades when it comes to like ever since the end of World War II. The United States has been the leader of the free world in so many different ways, whether we're talking technology, military, diplomacy, whether we're talking economy, we still have the biggest GDP.
Like, are you saying that America is number one in everything?
What?
Are you saying America is number one in everything? Because a lot of leftists say that. I mean, America ranks like almost last in like healthcare and stuff like that.
This is a fundamentally different type of question. I'm just saying that the United States was on the top of all of these charts. I'm curious, like, what country is Trump looking at that he's like, we need to be more like that country with our trade policy?
I don't think it. Well, for one, probably China, most likely, because we're under. That's why.
Do you think that the average American or the average Chinese person has a better life?
What's the point in that question?
Well, why would we be envious of China's trade policy if the United States is
because we rely on China for all our product, and we rely on not only China but the rest of the world for all our stuff. So that's why
not for all of our stuff.
Most of our stuff, we rely on the rest of the world
for like base level stuff, right? But
but don't you think that if you were to bring that stuff back here to America, it would be cheaper in the long term?
Would you rather mine stuff out of the ground, or would you rather have the car manufacturing plants that are putting together Teslas at the final stage of production?
Well, don't you think that if we started mining stuff off the ground, that would make jobs for Americans?
No. I think it would make mining jobs for Americans.
What do you mean mining jobs for Americans? Do you want to import more Indians, or do you want to get like what?
Wait, what?
Do you want to have like more Indians here, or like...
Do you think that it would be an improvement in our current situation if we went back to mining resources out of the ground with pickaxes?
I think that would make, I think that would make more jobs for Americans though, wouldn't it?
I mean, you could make more jobs with Americans if you gave people scissors and told them to cut lawns. I mean, that doesn't mean they're good jobs.
That's such a bad heuristic, bro.
Bad heuristic. If you're watching a movie or playing a video game, mining coal with a pickaxe is like level 1. That's like the first thing you do. There is no video game where you watch it and you got a character with a pickaxe and coal, and your mom or dad or your girlfriend comes and is like, wow, you must be really far in your game. You're like, no, I'm in the shitty level 1 development phase. I'm trying to get out of here as soon as possible.
You're using Minecraft to discuss about policy?
I'm being what?
You're using Minecraft to discuss about policy and using it as an example?
Hold on, it's the echoes because you're covering it. I'm being what for policy?
I said, are you really using Minecraft to like...
I'm using literally anything in the world when you talk about the stages of developments of economies. It's not like we were doing AI in the 1800s and then Henry Ford walked us back to making cars, and then now in the 2000s we're celebrating to go into the coal mines again, right? Our economy is developed. It's better to be a service-based and a final stage of manufacturing economy than it is to be a natural resource extraction economy.
But if you were to be a natural resource, wouldn't that make more jobs overall?
No, we don't have enough. We don't have an unlimited amount of people to work jobs.
We do have enough. What do you mean? We have 300 million people in America, and also the unemployment rate is so high.
The unemployment rate is like 4.5%, where the unemployment rate is low. Yes. We do not have high unemployment in the United States.
Unemployment rate after college. Unemployment rate after college.
Why would I look at a single, like 2 or 3 years in a person's life? I would look at the overall unemployment rate of the economy, and I would see how the economy is doing. Also, why would I want to send kids who just graduated college to go work in the coal field?
I'm not saying to send them back to the coal mines. What I'm saying is that if you were to have coal mines in America, that would overall make more jobs in America.
Yeah, but we don't want any job. We want the most productive jobs, right?
Okay, yeah, sure. And like what? Like so you want America to rely on the rest of the world for all their stuff?
The world relies on us for final stage of manufacturing.
What do you mean? Our largest trading partners are Canada, Mexico, and China.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But here, question.
We rely on the rest of the world for stuff. I don't know why everyone's saying okay.
What is Donald Trump's #1 complaint about China?
That it's a lot.
That they steal our intellectual property. That's what we make, right? Mm-hmm. And Donald Trump's biggest complaint about China is that we do so much of what you guys seem to call useless work here, right? The creating of patents, of intellectual property, of software, all this technology that like half the old Trump coalition, I say old because now that Elon's out, I don't know those people are there anymore. All the crypto guys and all the AI guys are like, this is the future, right? We're not doing... Like, when they say Bitcoin mining, that's not an actual mine. You know that, right? Like, that's not actually what that means, right? Like, yeah. It wasn't until Donald Trump that people thought, like, God damn, I'm so jealous of all the people that are over here, I guess, like, picking agriculture and doing, like, I don't know, that's just, this thought is just bizarre to me. The numbers and the data don't support it. I hate to appeal to common sense, like, doesn't support it, right? Like, you've got a dad who's looking at his children and they're looking across the street and there are these horrible Mexicans roofing and he's like, I can't believe I got to send you to college, Jake. Like, back in my day, you would have been up on those roofs in the heat. It would have been way better. Like, it's just such a bizarre world to me
Doug, this is
that we're trashing things like AI, and it's like, don't you want to be the guys in China jumping off the factories into the nets? Like, doesn't that look like fun? Like,
okay, now you're just using like pointless, like logical fallacies against me. Like, what are you talking about?
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again.
You're just using like pointless, like you're not even arguments. Like you're just saying something about like a Mexican and Jake. Like,
no, well, if you want to use actual arguments, like
actually, like
the actual
talk
arguments
about
is that the United States is outperforming every single other economy in the world. The actual arguments, if you're looking at export economies, you're looking at economies like Iran and North Korea.
Well, what is wrong with putting America first?
What about?
Why don't you want to put America first?
America first doesn't mean that you are screwing every other country in the world. You're hurting yourself. That's not an America first policy.
We should have a protectionist, isolationist trade policy.
No, that's not. Okay, here's a question. Do you want to be an entrepreneur when you grow up?
I want to be a politician when I grow up.
Okay, you want to be a politician. Okay.
We have to change it from within, everyone.
If you wanted to be an entrepreneur and you were being a small businessman and you were growing in a small business, the biggest leap that you have to make as a small business owner is going from doing everything yourself to hiring other people to do the work for you, because you don't have the time.
Obviously, so let's hire Americans.
What?
Let's hire Americans.
Sure, but what I'm saying is that small business owner is not made worse because he's outsourcing jobs that other people can do better so that he can focus on being the business owner, right? Because anybody can work the jobs, but he's the only one that can run the business. So in the United States, there are plenty of just curious, do you think that there are more countries around the world that could do resource extraction or that could create Facebook or SpaceX?
Well, those are two different things.
They are different things, yes. I agree they're different things.
They're two different sectors.
What?
They're two different sectors.
I agree they're different sectors, but I'm asking you, do you think that right now, if you were to look at the capability, the productive capacity of every country of the world, do you think there are more countries that could create the next cutting edge piece of software technology or that could mine resources out of the ground?
I think there are more countries that can mine resources out of the ground, and here in America, we could most likely make more technologically advanced things. Yeah.
What? Wait, repeat the last thing? Sorry.
Here in America, we can make more AI things or technologically advanced.
Yeah, but
things.
we can't. If we're sending our kids into the minefields instead of into school, we're not going to make the AI things.
But we have so many, like, we have like so much liquid gold under us in Texas and Oklahoma. We have so many minerals here in America that we don't have to depend on the rest of the world for all of this. We can do all of this in America, and also with doing that all in America, that also creates jobs for Americans. That puts America first.
You know that, like, historically, no other country has successfully pursued like an autarkist regime.
That's what Donald Trump wants to try to pursue.
He's going to be the first one to do it.
Wait. What did you say?
Where you manufacture and make all of your own stuff. Nobody else in the world has done
Well, Japan tried doing it. And
Japan, the country that's been in stagflation for like 30 or 40 years, and all of their young men are fucking anime dolls instead of making children. That's the country that we're going to model ourselves after?
Yeah, that's fair. All right. I mean, my whole point is going to make an argument.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, my next point, besides the tariffs, is that the deportation.
Hold on, I just want also just that you're comparing us to Japan, right? In World War II, our ability to do technology, to integrate people from all over the world.
No, I'm in Japan in like the 80s.
Sure. But yeah, how do you get there, right? Like why did we win World War II? We won that war, right? The United States did. And a lot of it had to do with things like technology or things like nuclear weapons. And we only did that. Like, nuclear weapons are not raw resource extraction or like who can mine stuff the fastest. Like, it came from technological breakthroughs and innovations.
Yeah, but through help through America. Don't you think Japan had help from America after World War II? I mean, we literally reconstructed their constitution.
Yeah, but that's been beneficial to us, right?
Yeah, but America did it. They couldn't do it without America.
Yeah, but would America have made Dragon Ball Z? Or I'm sorry, what would it be to you? Naruto?
I'm not into anime.
Bro, we wouldn't have had that if it would have been from Japan. We get things from Japan that we couldn't make ourselves, right?
Yeah, but like, what's the whole point of this Goy slop? I'm not talking about the Goy slop.
What is Dragon Ball Z is Goy slop? How old am I now?
No. I don't want to call Dragon Ball Z Goy slop, but I mean that in the sense of like entertainment. I don't care about that. What I care about is having Americans have like a proper living.
Americans have what?
I want Americans to have a proper living in America.
Yeah, but everything will get more expensive if you make it here. No? So when the living
for the
standards...
short term, in the long term, it'll get cheaper.